Yeah, we decided to move to a different spot. It was getting a little chaotic where we were at. We are fine. We are safe. We just decided to move, and we can actually maybe see. To your question earlier, Dan, how wide is the perimeter? We can kind of see a little more depth over here. Once again, folks, we are trying our best to get as close as we can to show you what's happening, but we are also trying to do so with an abundance of caution for our own safety and for the safety of others. But you can see a lot of police cars in there. We've heard multiple firings of tear gas. There was one, I'm assuming right now. Oh, if you go right over there by the Empire Mall sign, we can see people running away from a cloud that appears to be tear gas right now. This is just in the parking lot at the Empire Mall by TJ Maxx too. So we are across the street. We've been here for, I think it's going on an hour now. I haven't really been able to look at my clock, but we did get here a little before 10 o'clock. And we've been sitting tight trying to show you everything that's happening right now. And you can hear the sounds of traffic. There have been a lot of cars speeding in and out of the area. And it looks like there is a lot of tear gas blowing away. I talked with someone earlier who was in the parking lot. There was another firing. I see some more tear gas. Someone who was in the parking lot who ran away from the tear gas and was still kind of recovering. She was kind of coughing. Her eyes were a little red. And she was telling us what she had seen. She told us she was part of the protest earlier, the one in downtown that organizers had intended to be peaceful, and it was. I was there reporting for KELOLAND News and can confirm that it was a peaceful protest downtown. The person I talked with says the people who started this were not part of that protest. According to her, they're from out of town. And as I've been live, I've been seeing people message me, telling me, again, talking about those online rumors on social media about outsider groups coming here to do what you're seeing now. And if I'm pausing, I apologize. I'm just trying to hear what's going on. I hear some type of alarm going on over there. I can hear the police on a loudspeaker. Okay, so actually now where we were at, I see a lot of people running toward the spot where we were at, the one that we moved from, to get out of the way and to go to a different spot. If you see people running across the street and you're wondering which direction they're going in, right now they are headed east toward Target, which is also on Louise Avenue, just across from the Empire Mall. And we've had a lot of people come up to us to express outrage over what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd and express anger about what one protester told us, racial inequality in this country. And we've also had people come up and approach us and express some of that anger toward us as well, but so far no one has been threatening our safety from where we're at. So I just wanted to let you know that we are safe and we are doing okay over here. A lot of police officers there, a lot of police officers that many of us know from the community who are trying to stand in front of the mall, trying to keep any of these bad actors, it was what Mayor Paul Tenhagen called them, tried to keep them from inciting any violence or breaking into the mall. A police officer did tweet earlier about some rocks being thrown at officers and at police cars, and a police officer also tweeted that some protesters from the earlier protest in downtown, they were trying to stop this before it escalated into what you are seeing right now. Earlier, I saw a tweet from Governor Kristi Noem. Let me pull my phone out and I can read you that tweet in case you haven't seen that yet. Give me one moment while I find it. Earlier, we were alerted that Governor Noem had called the National Guard down here.